You know what I'm gonna do here, chat? I'm gonna take a sell right now as it's breaking the lows. I took a sell there on that closure. It's the rebreak of the 4 lows, right? So assuming you create a high already, that rebreak of a low should be enough for you to rip down here. So that was a sell. Stops are above here. TP is gonna be down here at 2026 here. Okay, chat. But this should be a pretty, I'll say, quick trade because you're rebreaking the lows and you're assuming with the volume that you do have more room to drive down here. So you should get a pretty decent push off of that breakout low. Off of this breakout low. Looking left, this is all really clean traffic. I think break-even point for us could probably be, I'll say, where is my tool? My bad. I'll say break-even point could be probably around here. I'll put it like right around here. All right, 28.012 would be our break-even point. But my entry was on that trade chat, literally the breakout lows at 28.76 here. All right. Yeah, like 2027.106 should be a pretty decent target. 2028.012 will be the break-even point. But if the 4 kind of came down, created a bottom wick earlier, then it came all the way up to create a high, a steeper top wick now to rebreak its own low, assuming that should be enough volume for us to rip down towards the bottom of the range now. So that was the idea here. What was he gonna say? Yeah, that was the idea. I don't know if we'll get pineapples. Well, I'm not even thinking about pineapples just yet, but I'm assuming for the next pineapple trade, we'll have to wait for at least a 1 hour closure first of all, right? Because you need a 1 hour closure below. But yeah, we'll discuss that when if the time does come for that. But for the time being, I'll say as long as it's 15 closes bearish, we should be good in about 30 seconds to rip down to fill the wick. Because the 4 breaks the lows looking left here, like it has nowhere else to go. It's kind of just clean range from here straight down towards the bottom of the range here. And it kind of taps it into like 2028, 2027 here. I was actually gonna place a sell stop, but by the time I broke the lows anyways, it kind of just, that would have been the sell stop, right? So there's no point of having a sell stop afterwards. All right, 15 close below the range should be good here. You close below this range, right? So we should be able to fill the wick. Once you fill the wick, you would have some more range to drive down now towards 2027.10. My TP, I think, was what? It was 2026.620. So that is where my TP is. Once you break this low chat, it should get so expect some volume here, right? Did you break it? There we go. Should get a straight push down towards 2027.10 now. I don't see why not. Maybe like not 2027.10, maybe like 2027.30, but it should be a straight pull down now towards that level. Not break even just yet, chat. I think once it breaks the lows again, I'll move stops to break even. All right, chat. I'm gonna move my stops to break even here and making this a risk-free trade. Also gonna close probably full right around there at 2027.7D. All right, chat. That was a trade. I think the majority of the idea was just heavily based off the fact that like you're rebreaking the low, and with that you should have the volume from NYSE open to push down. It did retrace the last minute and a half, which is something that I was not expecting at all. I didn't expect it to retrace like that, because typically when you rebreak the low, you should drive that volume. But nonetheless, the idea was still valid, and you still drove down within that direction just after pulling back for that 15 candle or that 15 candle. But that was a trade, chat. Just based off that volume, looking left in the 4, you have that volume to the left, and yeah, I didn't want to close half. Typically, I would close half and let it run. But the reason why I didn't do so was because the range is very small here, right? If my range today was like a little bigger and it was to be like maybe I had that better idea for the direction than 2018. But that's because like we're still in the same range here and we don't have that direction yet. So that's why my TP was only 2026. I would say once you close below in the 1 hour time frame, below 2026, that's when you probably would have a lot more range and a lot more direction, because the daily starts to re-break its own low. The 1 hour structure starts to be more bearish, right? And then looking left, you can kind of say, okay, maybe we can mirror this traffic to the left. But there's a huge issue here at 2026. And that's probably why you just seen it reject there just now at that level. All right, chat. So yeah, that's the trade, chat. Hope you guys understand that trade.